Now it is time to take longer strides, achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth.
The Eagle has landed. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. 1201. Rocket 1201 alarm.
Time for a great new American enterprise. Time for this nation to take a clearly leading role in space achievement, which in many ways may hold the key to our future on Earth.
I believe we can send humans to orbit, Mars, and return them safely to Earth.
Well, hello, and welcome to NASA's EdLine News, featuring events and activities from NASA Education. I'm Kurt Hogan. I'll be here every week updating you on the stories, events, and happenings around the agency. Well, as many parents already know, a TV can sometimes serve as an occasional electronic babysitter in the home, but can it work the same on school buses as well? Take a look inside the school bus in the Garland School District in Dallas, Texas. They're experimenting with placing these 26-inch flat-screen TV monitors in the front of the buses, playing educational videos to help reduce discipline problems on board. Along with content providers like the Discovery and the History channels, NASA is supplying educational videos for the system to help the kids with science, technology, engineering, and math. The commercial-free programming can be updated regularly. Parents working at NASA Langley in Virginia, as well as some educators, find the idea intriguing.
I actually think it's a fairly decent idea. You know, students today really need to be reached through some technology. They're immersed in it now, and with the NASA programming that's going to be on these displays, I think it could be a good way to enhance their STEM experiences, and as long as it's high quality programming like the NASA education programs that we have out there, I think it's a good thing.
Well, I think it's a good idea, especially if you're regulating the education programming. It gives kids an opportunity to think outside of the school day, and it also gives kids something to do instead of getting in trouble if they're on the school bus.
Now, the price tag for the system is $1,500 per bus and is being marketed by AdComp Systems, who claim a 70% reduction in school bus discipline problems after the TVs have been installed, and that's according to a study the company says was conducted in another school district. Well, school may be out for summer for most students, but for some teachers, the work of getting ready for next year is just beginning. 22 teachers reversed roles and became students once again, learning fresh new approaches in rocketry designed to bring excitement and love of learning into their classrooms. To capture the thrill of rocket launching and engage students in science, technology, engineering, and math, as we like to call STEM, the teachers attended a one-day workshop focused on the basics of rocketry at NASA Ames Research Center in California. First thing in the morning, these teachers were hands-on with stacks of learning materials, including a NASA Basics of Rocketry Educator Guidebook and other NASA teaching aids. One of the first lessons the teachers learned was how a rocket works. They also learned about Newton's law of motion and were shown simple activities to demonstrate each principle. They learned about force, mass, and acceleration. And for the culminating activity of the workshop, teachers were shown how to build and launch their own fully functional model rockets. The teachers were instructed to build rockets designed to, get this, carry a payload of one raw egg, and they had to figure out how to parachute it safely and in one piece back to the ground. Now, are you thinking like me and wondering how many of the teachers had cracked eggs on their hands with those model rockets? Well, speaking of real rockets, this past 4th of July marks the 4th anniversary of the launch of the Space Shuttle Discovery.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, go for main engine start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond.
Discovery and its 7-member crew launched at about 2:38 p.m. Eastern Time on July 4th, 2006, on a journey to the International Space Station. The shuttle made history as it was the very first human-occupied spacecraft to launch on Independence Day. During the 12-day mission, the crew tested new equipment and procedures that increased the safety of the orbiters. Discovery missions have developed a wide array of educational activities and products to inspire America's students, create learning opportunities, and communicate the excitement and the meaning of NASA's missions and discoveries. The missions have also strived to meet the needs of educators by cultivating strong and lasting partnerships between the space science and the education communities. Discovery's next and last mission is targeted for launch November 1st at about 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by Endeavour's last mission, which is targeted for liftoff on February 26, 2011, also at about 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And finally, families interested in learning more about the upcoming 2 final shuttle launches were on hand at the Goddard Space Flight Center. The Wallops Visitor Center in Greenbelt, Maryland is the site for a half-hour slide presentation that takes families behind the scenes as if they were preparing for a shuttle launch at the Kennedy Space Center. The slideshow explores orbiter processing facility and also takes folks on a tour of the vehicle assembly facility to see how the space shuttle is actually put together, while also seeing what astronaut training is really all about. The program ends with a fun and educational activity for the children, and we're told participants always enjoy themselves thoroughly. I'm going to have to go and check that out myself. Well, thanks so much for checking us out today, and be sure to check back often for the very latest in what's happening with NASA education. For all of us here at EdLine News, I'm Kurt Hogan. Stay tuned following the broadcast for even more from NASA education right here on this channel. Until next time, we'll see you later.
The space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
What we're looking for is not just to continue on the same path, we want to leap into the future.